Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear me, wave your hand. Okay, that's four, 5 people. That's good. Okay. Hey, all right, Matt. How you doing? Good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, we all have real glass glasses. That's good. Okay. This is a high class place tonight. Real glass. Isn't that great? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We're just doing a short welcome to the 21st Annual Pinnacle Awards on the occasion of ASFD's 35th birthday as an organization. Let's have a... Truth be told, the birthday was last Thursday, as a matter of fact. I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors for the evening. First, the major underwriter of this wonderful occasion, Furniture Today. And let's give them a big hand. You notice, try as hard as I could not outdo Dean Horowitz. I could only find gray shoes. You know, he's got great black ones. Both of us have foot problems tonight. Go figure, right? At least mine happened here as yours was Chicago. No. I'm glad you're here, though. Thank you. Also, the International Market Centers. Wonderful sponsors. Thank you. Together with International Market Centers, Autodesk, the famous inventors of AutoCAD, and what's the new, latest version?
Fusion 360.
Fusion 360. Very good program. We have HSM Solutions to thank. Where are you out there? Anybody? There you go. Thank you very much. And Sherwin-Williams, right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it. All right. Tom Conley is here from High Point Market Authority. Thank you very much for your support. Furniture Design Studios, one of our own members, supports our organization and the educational opportunities we provide. Rooms to Go, a great retail sponsor. Continental Hardware, they're around somewhere too. Hey, there he is. Home Furnishings Business, Bob is here. There he is right there. Bob, welcome. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, our friends at Leggett and Platt, John and company over there at Table 1. Thank you. Thank you all the sponsors for your great efforts and constant support through this process and throughout the year with our educational opportunities. Now, without further ado, we're going to invite you to partake in dinner, and in about 30 minutes, we're going to be back to start the program. Enjoy. Okay, we're back with you. Hope everybody had a good meal. There'll be coffee service and so forth coming, but we're going to go ahead and start the show. Thank you for your attention. Boy, what a wonderful audience. Thank you. Here we go. As I told you earlier, and that's why the little steaks are sticking in your dessert, it is our 35th birthday this year, so that's why those little markers are there. One of the things that happened last Thursday on the occasion of our birthday was 35 years of archives, physical archives, all about design. Articles about design, written by designers, quotes by designers, over 35 years was donated to the Bienenstock Furniture Library in High Point, North Carolina, and I think Mr. Bienenstock is right here. Stand up. Russell Bienenstock, ladies and gentlemen. Russell was there, and between Jason and Russell, they handed over some of the books, and that's part of our effort is education in order to inform and inspire young design minds, and we're going to continue to do that. And one of the other areas we're announcing tonight that we've just launched is effective last night, actually. We've launched a new ASFD podcast. The podcast is entitled Design Between the Lines, and the first 2 episodes rolled out last night, one with Jenna Hall and one with Leonard Eisen. And I've got a little promo we're going to run right now to show you about it. Good to go? Now, there we go. You're listening to Design Between the Lines, the only design and home furnishings podcast where we talk with the movers and shakers, industry innovators, and lifetime legends of the home furnishings industry.
I don't think we're going to sell it. That was the attitude. He said, "You're nuts." I said, "That's what you told me about the hall tree."
What? What are you doing here? And there's nothing here. You're not a stocking furniture dealer. Of course, that's all changed.
Hoop Couture. Julian does pro uniforms and is paid in pork. I like it.
It's here that I get a chance to sit and chat with the influencers shaping the industry into what it is today, and to learn a little bit more about life in their world. Well, as I said, available now on iTunes. I want everybody here tonight to subscribe, please. And not that I'm going to lock the doors, but we're looking for a sponsor, so hey, I'm all ears, okay? But anyway, I wanted you to enjoy that, and I'm going to throw the evening over to Jason Phillips, our president of ASFD.
Thank you, John. I think John hits on many different things for this organization. I want to take a moment and speak about John for a second here. John's our executive director. He was an active board member, then the president, then stepped in as our executive director, and he carries at least 95% of the load of our organization. So as he mentioned, the archives, I think, are one of the most significant things we've done in the last decade. This is digitizing all the printed materials that I believe Ardo had put together and kept over the years. Digitizing that, preserving that, handing that over to the library, I think is, and the website. Yep, it's on the website. That was very important. John also takes it upon himself, sometimes with his own money, to do things like create the podcast series. Would have been really fortunate for that to have been around a year ago when we lost Vladimir Kagan. He could have been somebody we highlighted. So that's sort of where we feel the importance is. There are many legends in this room tonight, many legends that we've lost recently. The Design Between the Line podcast is something that's going to allow that legacy to live on. So, John, you're really an asset to this entire organization and industry, and you do so much for us, so thank you. This organization wouldn't exist if it wasn't for our members, and we have you front and center in our mind for 2017. So that's a big thing. We're going to be making some important announcements in the next few months as to added member benefits and trainings and webinars and access to state-of-the-art software and all different types of things that I think you're really going to appreciate. Students and the next generation, hugely important to us. Are there any students in the room tonight? Yeah, can you stand up for a moment? All the students, would you mind? Thank you so much for coming out. I knew there were more than you. We have a wonderful network of students. We have some great student chapters. Along with professional member benefits, is hugely important to us moving forward. So we will continue to support the next generation. You're really what we're all here for. So thank you. I guess the last thing I'll talk about, just in broad strokes, is it is our 35th anniversary. It's the 21st anniversary of the Pinnacle Awards. It's the 5th anniversary of the Green Leaf Awards. Many big things are happening at this organization. Again, John, you've been so great to us, and Rick Schroeder, our chairman, and all the past presidents. I think 5 of you are in this room tonight. So without further ado, I want to introduce our keynote speaker of the evening, the illustrious Mr. Bob Marasich, CEO of IMC.
Thank you, Jason. I'm going to start off by apologizing. My wife told me I should, because I've got some graphs and charts in my presentation, and I'm in the presence of very creative people. And but what I really wanted to talk about, and I've listened to a lot of presentations about the future and millennials and what's going on, and really wanted to just dig in and what's the facts, what's the data? And I really think I'm not going to tell you anything that's, really new, but I think that maybe the magnitude of the change ahead is surprising because it's remarkable, and also the magnitude of the opportunity. I think of the students sitting in the back of the room there, and boy, you're really in for an incredible ride here. So I'll try and go pretty quickly here, but this is something probably you've seen before, and this is furniture and mattress expenditures by age. And I think the thing that's kind of surprising is how that thing drops off. But if you're a fisherman, you want to fish where the fish are, right? And so where the orange is, or the yellow, whatever, somebody creative here would have a great name for that color. 25 to 52 is a really convenient age group to talk about, because as you can see, after 52, consumption just drops off dramatically and almost becomes non-existent at 60. Despite people living longer and being more vibrant, etc., you wanna play in that 25 to 52 arena, and that's what it looks like today. So the baby boomers, the oldest baby boomer or the youngest baby boomer turned 52 2 years ago. We're done for all practical purposes. With, I hate to say it, but from a furniture and a furnishings perspective, that unbelievable swell of population has gone through their furniture consumption years to a large degree, and we're into the Gen X generation. And it's kind of remarkable. 75.4 million people that were baby boomers, and 57.3 million Gen X. And you think about that, that means there's 24% fewer people buying furniture. That's a remarkable number, 24%. I think it's a remarkable number. It's amazing. This is the number of furniture stores in the United States. 60,841 in 2007, 48,077. That's amazing. Kind of the same number. You might go get a directory and look at how many exhibitors there were in 2007 versus right now. And so there's this idea about disruption and technology that's changing the face of the furniture industry. It's the numbers. It's the numbers. Here's the good news. A big yellow bubble. The first baby or the first millennial turned 35 this year. And what was the first 5 years of your professional life? What was going on?
First 5 years of my professional life? I started my professional life at 15, so a long time ago.
Well, you were an early adopter.
I opened up my first store, though, in November of 2007.
Just in time for the Great Recession.
Just in time for me to.
So we'll talk about millennials having money. You know, your timing was impeccable. I went and joined the Las Vegas market in 2008. Had a remarkable experience with that. Worked out okay, though, right? And you're doing well, Bobby. So, but this is coming up. Look at that. 83.3 million of them. We're sitting on the cusp of a 45% increase in buyers. The numbers are just staggering. It's incredible. I think we're in a little period here, my view. Now, the data is the data. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. My view is we're stuck here in about a 3-4 year period where this transition is just kind of just getting started. But at some point in time, it's a tsunami. This isn't just a little micro trend. I will point out, though, these are U.S. Census numbers, the 57.3 million, to compare accurately, and this is maybe too fine a point, There's about 8 million more people in the United States today than were born between 1965 to 1978. Gen X had, as a percentage of the population, more immigration than any other age group ever. I would have thought it would have been after World War I or after World War II. The Gen X population really swelled, so the number's more like maybe 17%. But we got 45% more consumers, more people that are going to be in this prime purchasing area. And I'm not going to even pretend to get into, describing the millennials. We've got a lot of experts, we've got a lot of millennials in the room, but I do want to hit on some really important points. This is in the context for designers. Peter Drucker, who taught business at Harvard for years, used to say, marketing starts with knowing your customer. So there's some important elements about this millennial population. One on this page, which is just extraordinary, every single day 10,000 turn 21. And that's going to happen between now and 2038. So it's quite a crowd. I think accurately you can boil down what people talk about, but they are confident, they are connected, and they are open to change. And that's affecting this whole consumer buying experience. The other thing about millennials is, if you look at the baby boomers over there, 31% of the population when the baby boomers were in this age group were ethnic minorities, were non-whites. They are 45% roughly today. That's an increase of 45%. So the makeup of the millennial population is almost half ethnic minorities. So if you're designing, you need to be thinking about half of your audience is potentially an ethnic minority. There's a huge disparity between urban and rural millennials, and we could talk about that for a long, long time. But there's a super mobile, educated, tend to be urban. They're comfortable with life's paths, putting marriage off. And it really does embrace the saying that the 30s are the new 20s, family formation, et cetera. The last 2 years, there's been more millennials in the workforce than baby boomers and Gen Xers. It's interesting, too. Education is an incredible differentiator. The unemployment rate for millennials with a college education is 3.8%. On the other hand, the poverty level among millennials is 21.8%, which is a huge social problem, right? But it's education is a great differentiator. But as you're thinking about designing this whole urban or rural geography is really quite pronounced. There's no question millennials are going to be the most educated generation ever, and particularly women. If you look at millennial women, 18 to 33, 18% are enrolled in college right now. Gen X's at that same level were 11%. And look at the way that that boomer women are outpacing men. So the education level of women and the number of women with college degrees, and therefore that super mobility, is just totally unprecedented. 28% more women are getting advanced degrees than men. I always knew you were smarter than me. All millennials are broke. You know how many times I heard that? I mean, it's just like, oh my God, the millennials, they don't have any money. Nonsense. That's nonsense. Remember, there is a have and have not there. Educated millennials have put off family formation. But you look here, they make about 17% less than Gen Xers. Well, when I was 25, I probably made 17% less than when I was 35. There's an experience curve, there's an opportunity curve, there's a lot of things associated with that. But the average median salary for a man is just shy of $40,000 and women $35,000. I mean, that's an incredible number. So I don't buy this business that they're broke. They may choose to spend their money differently. And by the way, if they're in that cohort that's urban, that doesn't go as far as it does if you live in Hickory, North Carolina, or Dubuque, Iowa. But don't think for 1 minute that this isn't going to be an affluent cohort, because when you're that educated, you're gonna figure out how to go up that income curve. Millennials are skeptical. You look at this graph about a percent saying they generally speaking, most people can be trusted. 40% of the baby boomers say yes. 19% of the millennials say yes. And this has huge implications for brands. There's lots of brand studies, and if you're in the business of trying to sell people on building brands conventionally, you're going to say brands really matter. But the millennials are saying, you know what? The validity of brands is secondary to what my peers say, what other people that bought the product said. I had another slide that I took out for the sake of time where they had a test group where they had a news piece and said, how believable is that? And the news piece was sponsored by a brand, and the same piece was just unsponsored. And the rate of believability for the unsponsored piece was almost triple what the branded piece was. So this is a whole different thing on this whole idea of how you build a brand and what's credible and how you resonate with millennials. 23% are married in that 18 to 31. My generation, 56 were married in that point in time. So that's really an important thing. It's also an important thing in the context that if you think about it, there are three things that have changed every generation, right? Parenting is one of them. Once you become a parent, things really change. The economy. The first 5 years of your career was in the Great Recession. You have a different view of the world than if your first 5 years were 1975 to 1980. And technology. And you think about, when you say technology, you think about today, but think about the technology that changed generations, things like air conditioning, commercial jet travel, a wash machine, television. So technology, parenting, and the economy. The important thing about the parenting thing is, this is a Goldman Sachs poll they just did. Do you want to get married? In that 18 to 31-year-old millennial group, 70% said yes. Do you want to have children? 74% said yes. More want to have children than want to get married. That's part of the deal now. But that is going to change this generation. I don't know if that's 3 years away or 5 years away or when that is, but they want to. It's definitely going to change. Waiting to fly, the number of renters that plan to buy a home. So you've watched the renting thing, right? So the renting in the last 10 years has gone from about 56% of this cohort to 60%. But every renter that in this millennial that was in the Goldman Sachs survey, which was a monstrous survey, 93% said, I want to buy a home. That's good news. That's really good news. I mentioned today in the breakfast meeting, if you've watched, in the real estate world, there's a lot of smart money running away from multifamily housing. And there's some real statistics that bear out that it could be well overbuilt. And that this kind of data fits into it. But the millennials want to be homeowners. Who's your your target customer? I would say it better be a millennial. You can earn your living in the long tail, but in a $160 billion industry for furnishings, there's some great niches to fall into. But if you want to be in the mainstream, you need to be looking at this millennial group. This is a slide. There's a number of slides in here from Razorfish, and everybody's got kind of a portrait, if you will, of the purchasing process. And this is an interesting one, I think, where on the needs side, you go through this path of inspiration. How do I begin? Then validation. Is it right for my needs and room? Should I buy this? And then reassurance. Will this work? Will this work? Now, remember, this is a confident group. They're risk takers. So confidence is there still needs some reimbursement there. And then personalized service. On the inspiration and validation, I think this is where there's an incredible opportunity for designers. And that's in the context, and this is an original thought from me, but there are a lot of really talented marketers that say the importance of telling a story has never been greater. And as a designer creates something, they're the author of a story. What's the provenance? What's the material? What's the functionality? What's the environmental impact, et cetera? And millennials want it. For the longest time, I thought there's this Made in the USA movement. There wasn't a Made in the USA movement. People cared about it. They loved the story. My grandpa had some walnut trees in the backyard, and we cut them down, and by hand we did this. Or I'm a potter, and we've got this special clay, and we're doing... Millennials want a story. Nobody can tell that story. Nobody can create that story better than the creators of the furniture. And so I challenge you to think about how you do that. Don't leave it up to somebody else. There's all kinds of ways with technology today and social media for you to continue telling this story long after a retailer has picked it up, long after the manufacturer has quit promoting it. And I think the young designers are very adept at getting the word out there and getting it out there in mass, have a huge opportunity to tell a story, because that's going to be the great differentiator going forward, much more so than just having a chair sitting on a retail floor. So this is what the furniture industry looks like in the last 45 years. And there are two charts that I always show to investment bankers, because when you talk to the financial world, they think the furniture industry is highly cyclical, that it's a very risky place. Well, you'll note this is the change in furniture consumption every year. If you note, there are 4 times in 45 years that furniture consumption declined. 4 times. The last one was a doozy. Most people think it went down 30%, 40%. It went down about 13%, or excuse me, about 12% one year, 10% the next year. That was a killer. But you look back, it's not a cyclical industry. It's a growth industry. It's got great opportunity in it. When you look at it in aggregate, this is what furniture consumption looks like over the course, again, since 1930. And you can see it's got an incredible and remarkable growth profile. So who knows, somebody's heard me say this before, I'm sure. What happened in 1971? Something very, very important. That's when that growth began, right? Wouldn't you like to have been in this industry during that ride and in the right place? And I mean, wow. 1971, the first baby boomer turned 25. And you had this cohort of 73 million Americans following 50 million Americans who were in the silent generation. And we had this explosion of furniture consumption. I don't know when that line turns up again, but it's going to, because the facts are the facts. The data is the data. There's 45% more consumers out there. And I believe that designers are going to play an important role in that. Telling a story, I believe, is what you guys can do best. And the best is yet to come, and it's onward and upward, and good luck, because it's going to be a lot of fun when this thing takes off. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. I'm a little sad to find out I won't be buying furniture anymore. Little relieved my wife won't either. One of the things about award dinners is that there's a select number of people who generally get recognized, who get to come up on stage. And before we get started tonight, I'd like you to just each take a look around the room at the people who are sitting around you. You're the doers. You're the people who are making this industry move forward. You're not out at a party. You're not out just wandering around. You're in here meeting with your peers, sharing ideas, celebrating great design. So I just want to take 1 minute, if you would each just give yourselves a hand, because honestly, You guys are the industry. Now, a little housekeeping note, right? One of the questions that we get asked frequently at Furniture Today is, how do I get in? So I'm going to tell you, starting tonight, how do you get in? You win. Because I'm going to ask each of the winners tonight, after you get your award, walk down these stairs and go out that door. We have a camera set up outside. We have our upholstery and style editor, and the editor-in-chief of Designers Today is going to be waiting out there with a camera, and we're going to ask you to do a little videotape with her, and at the end of this week, that's going to be up on the Furniture Today website, and it's going to stay up there. So you want to know how you get in Furniture Today? You enter this contest, and you win it. Okay. All right, so enough of me blathering, right? We want to get out of here at a decent hour. Let me introduce our first presenter. Yes, Bobby, that's you. Mr. Bobby Burke. Bobby's going to come up, and he's going to present the awards for occasional tables, occasional storage, and casual dining. Come on up, it's that part of your career.
Thank you. You know, this is my third year here. Couldn't be more appreciative, but they always say, save the best for last. And this is my third year in the row first, so I guess I've got a long way to go. Tonight, I am, who's moving my teleprompter? There we go. Occasional tables. Occasional tables, without them, we would have nowhere to prop our feet at night. We would have nowhere to put our TVs, our drinks, our dinners while we watch our TVs. Our lives would be very empty without our occasional tables. Very important pieces in our home. Perfect. Here we go. The first one is the Ant Center Table. It's by Dwight Douglas for Douglas Design, LLC. Our second nominee is the Origins Framed Console Table, of course, by the impeccable Mark Phillips, ASFD, Phillips Collection. The Pierre Coffee Table, Susan Hornbeck Ortez, Shine by SHO. The Posh Button Table, Mandy Shanahan, ASFD, Phillips Collection. And the winner goes to the Pierre Coffee Table. Susan.
Coffee Table by Susan Hornbeek Ortiz for Shine by SHO. An elegant, futuristic-looking coffee table made from regal materials. We enjoyed the faceted, angular lines of the metal frame coupled with the beveled glass insets. The negative space makes this table very unique and intriguing. The Carrara marble goes well with the gold and the glass. This is a very cool piece.
Next category is occasional storage. The first one is the Barcelona Credenza. Erica Wingo, Bernhardt Furniture. Briallen Demiloon, Amy Kersner, ASFD, Curry & Company. The Inez Snake Cabinet, one of my favorites, Susan Hornbeck Ortez, Shine by Show. The Zen Cabinet by Amy Kersner, ASFD, Curry & Company. And the winner is the Zen Cabinet.
Chin Cabinet
Amy Kurtzer.
by Amy Kurtzer, ASFD, for Curry & Company. A sophisticated, clean case design with some great enhancements. The hardware and legs have a modern Asian influence. We love the visual references and contrast of the red interior accent color. It is a cool surprise.
The next category here is casual dining. We have the Baha'i chair. Don Dilo, Ipochi, Caligaris, Italy. We have the Tiffany Table Base by David Francis, ASFD, David Francis Furniture. The Valencia Dining, Michael Robertson from Creative Elegance. And William and Whirl, Hendrik Pedersen and Mark Garatas from Gloucester Furniture. And awesome. William and Whirl, Gloucester Furniture.
William and Whirl by Hendrik Pedersen and Mark Gabertas for Gloucester Furniture. A clean, light, and natural look. Perfect for indoor and outdoor. The chair is especially versatile for any room. The group has an easy appearance that is also inviting. Beautiful mid-century modern lines combined with traditional teak wood and metal materials in warm and natural finishes.
Thank you guys so much.
I'm so lucky. You guys have the challenging job of reading all the names. I get to read really difficult names, like our next presenter, Jeff Selleck. Jeff, while you're walking up, Jeff is going to present the award for motion upholstery, stationary upholstery, and leather. I should have read slower, shouldn't I?
Hello, everyone. I am Jeff Selleck from Hillside Furniture and the Art Van Furniture team. Thank you. I am so honored to be here presenting in front of all of you. This is my 5th year getting the opportunity to present, and actually my 3rd year having the opportunity to be a judge for this amazing opportunity and to take that awesome responsibility, which I do very seriously. I've been able to learn about new manufacturers, designers that are doing amazing things that maybe with this big industry I haven't heard about, and to be able to have an opportunity to see the evolution of the Greenleaf Award and the importance of what that is in our world for sustainable resources and sustainable energies, and that really is something that I love seeing move forward and push forward. But the most fun, and I should say enjoyable part, is, like Jason mentioned, the student competition, the student entries. And I'm so glad that Jason had them stand up, because we have a very unique room with legends in furniture design and students in furniture design. And this is such a great way for you guys to be able to network and meet people and maybe get some great mentors that have done amazing things in this industry. In fact, voting for the students, I know there's responsibility. You could be changing someone's life. You could be giving them an amazing career. So again, it is such a hard decision. And in fact, I can't even think of a harder voting decision that I'm going to have to make in the next week or two. And I take that responsibility. So again, hopefully we can appreciate that everyone in tonight's categories are all winners. So without further ado, I will begin, and thank you. The first category that I will be presenting is in motion upholstery, which is clearly one of the largest growing categories that we have, and it's very, very important how this category has evolved. So the nominees for motion upholstery are the Hudson Style in Motion, Jessica Green, Doug Gasal, and Anders Larson for American Leather. The Noah Comfort Sleeper by Barbara Tiffany and Robert Tiffany for American Leather. And lastly, the Perfect Chair PC 610 Omni Motion Classic by David Potter for Human Touch. And the 2016 Pinnacle for Motion Upholstery goes to the Hudson Style in Motion by Jessica Green, Doug Gasal, and Anders Larson for
Hudson
American
Style in
Leather.
Motion by Jessica Green, Doug Gasal, and Anders Larson for American Leather. This collection offers the ultimate in stylish, comfortable motion furniture with sophisticated designs, multiple customization options, and an innovative clean profile mechanism that is unique and fresh. Polished chrome legs bring the Hudson off the ground, and the chair's design offers ample room for the comfortable American lifestyle.
Okay, the second award I will be giving away is for stationary upholstery. Certainly a very large category for most of us. The nominees for stationary upholstery are the Autumn Chair by Paul Corneliuson for the Phillips Collection. the Jude Chair by Rick Lee for American Leather. And lastly, the Sandrine Sofa by Susan Hornbeck Ortiz for Shine by Show. And the Pinnacle Award for Stationary Upholstery goes to... Oh, I'm so sorry. There's one more. Just making sure you guys are paying attention, okay? The Ward Chair by Roger Turnbow, ASFD, and Ron Lackey, ASFD, for Bernhardt Furniture. Okay, now the Pinnacle Award goes to the Ward Chair.
The
By
Ward
Roger
Chair by
Turnbow,
Roger
ASFD, and Ron
Turnbow,
Lackey,
ASFD, and Ron Lackey, ASFD, for Bernhardt Furniture. We like the masculine edge to this great chair, well designed with a unique combination of wood and metal in its open arms. The complementing high sheen metal finish and soft wood tone with biscuit tufted upholstery elements exudes classic contemporary.
You forget us, you have to get two. Big hand. Thank you so much. First year with the teleprompter, so we're getting used to these changes. Okay, so the final category, I know that's the final category I'm presenting, is in leather. And the nominees for leather, the Affilato by Calvin Ing, ASFD, for Calvin Giormani by Planum. The Harlow by Jessica Green for American Leather. The Iago by the Natuzzi Style Center, Natuzzi. And then the Cato by Louis A. Lara for Maroni, USA. And the Pinnacle for leather goes to, it's such a suspenseful moment, now. The Harlow by Jessica Green for American Leather.
Harlow by Jessica Green for American Leather. A modern silhouette with classic detailing, the Harlow exudes impeccable style and finish. Clean contemporary design with broad consumer appeal. The low shelter design displays subtle button tufting, bench-style cushioning, and a beautiful natural wood plinth base. Nice use of materials, well executed. Harlow is made to order and completely customizable, offering endless options for consumers seeking the ultimate in self-expression.
Okay, just in fairness to Jeff, periodically Monday Night Football comes on over here, so. Dude. Okay. Our next presenter, Jenna, no offense. Last year you were my award dinner crush. I'm a fickle guy. Libby Langdon. Oh, see, Jenna is my crush. I am so actually, it's Bobby. Jenna, come on up. This is not as easy as it looks, really. And it doesn't look easy, does it?
It's a fix.
It's free. It's big.
Thank you, Libby. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm thrilled to be back. Thank you for asking. I'm also thrilled to see so many women members of the organization. Bravo to the women in furniture design. I can remember asking the question, were there any other girls in the room? There weren't. But to all you guys, don't worry. There's enough to go around. I'm honored to be here. And my first category is lighting. All of you as designers light up everyone's lives, makes it better. And it's a thrill to talk about the nominees. But first I gotta put on the glasses. The computer ruins your eyes. Thank you. So in lighting, we have brass universal chandelier, Rudy Nielsen and Dominique Sente, Swang Home. Brass Socia lamp, floor lamp, Rudy Nielsen, Dominique Sente, Swang Home. Epic, Steve Nadell, Troy Lighting. And there's a little place called Manhattan by Steve Nadell, Corbett Lighting. This is fun. And the winner for lighting, Brass Universal Chandelier, Rudy Nelson, Dominic Sente, Swung Lighting.
Brass Universe Chandelier by Rudy Nyson and Dominique Sente for Schwung Home. This is an interesting light that is reminiscent of Alexander Calder's mobiles. It is well balanced and transformative, which adds interest. It looks like a well-made and proportionate piece. We love the ability to manipulate the form. Fun, whimsical design on trend without being trendy.
And it was a girl. Next category, accessories. The jewelry of the industry. The glitterati. The fun. The excuse to be a little more exciting and frivolous. Our first is Clara Screen by Amini Kazanora, ASFD, Curry and Company, Venus. Venus by Carol Canner, Carver's Guild. The next one, I will tell you in advance that my dear friend, Jason Phillips, said I could just say the first name and an initial for the last name. I will try and attempt to do this. Flower wall art, Apiwat, Sitapane, and Sonyos. Kuna Santa Cora Kugel. The Phillips Collection. Oh my goodness. No wonder they gave me this category. Vintage floor coverings. Dinikrap Asian Carol Simcoe Nicole Sinka Spjusha and Company. I apologize in advance. And you think it's fun being up here. Just try it. And the winner for accessories, Clara Screen. Ami Kusner, ASFD, and Curry and Company.
The Clara Screen by
Bravo.
Amy Kirchner, ASFD, for Curry and Company. The Clara Screen is a sophisticated, high-end space divider. The material choices are interesting and complement each other well. The hand-rubbed brass finish is very refined and beautiful. The fit of the metal and fabric panels is very tight and well manufactured. The triptych designs are very intriguing individually and as a whole. We also find the mechanics of the Clara Screen to be well thought out. You want to find a place in your home for this product.
I guess I'm not done. A category kind of near and dear to my heart, along with the rest of all the goodies, home office. Positive posture, Ken Okayama, positive seating. Sequel lift desk, Matthew Weatherly, BDI. Decker, sit and stand, Writing Desk, Richard Olmeda, Andy Nilsson, and Nicholas Blair, ASFD Turnkey. And the Venters in Home Office. Aha. Sequel Lift Desk, Matthew Weatherly, BDI.
Sequel Lift Desk by Matthew Weatherly for BDI. Of all of the sit and stand desks, this one is the most ergonomic and functional. The ability to precisely set the height and to even have a memory option for the height is remarkable, bringing touches of automotive function into the realm of home furnishings. Clean lines, well thought out hidden wire management, drawer storage, and a tough, smooth work surface make this piece best of its class.
It was fun, and we got a guy in the group, so it's all right.
Before I mess up our next presenter, at the end of the evening, we'd like to have all of the Pinnacle Award winners come up on stage, and John asked me to remind you to. John asked me to say that, and I have a memory like a squirrel, so I'll say that now. So please come up on stage. We'd like to get a picture of all the award winners. Our next presenter. See, I got it now, okay? It's only so many times. Process of elimination. Libby Langdon. Libby, come on
up. All right, I like it. I have a crush on everyone here. I'm so thrilled to be here to present, and it really is an exciting time in our industry, and I love hearing all the fun facts that Bob shared with us earlier, and I say we all take a positive outlook and get excited about business that we're doing here and the business yet to come. So let's get ready to presenting my first category, which is home entertainment. This is such an important category for us. I think we all know how important our technology is, and it's really important for us to have beautiful spaces to enjoy it in. So the first nominee is the Charlotte by Randy Austin, Dimplex North America. The second nominee is the Elliott by David Medina, Dimplex North America. The third nominee is the Holden Credenza by Amy Kersner, ASFD Curry & Company. And the final nominee is the Venue Console by Louis A. Lara, BDI. And the winner is the Venue Console.
The Venue Console by Louis A. Lara for BDI. BDI is on point with this refreshing design. It doesn't look like anything else in the marketplace. Beautifully designed, long and lean lines with mid-century modern elements makes this piece feel as though it's floating in midair. Rich veneers and multiple finish options add to an already elegant feel.
The next category is summer casual. I think we all know how much this category is growing and how important our outdoor spaces have become. So it's exciting to see these nominees and the beautiful pieces that they've designed. The first nominee is the Array Modular Seating, John Caldwell, ASFD, Texacraft Furniture Company. Second nominee, Edge Indoor-Outdoor Modular Privacy Seating, John Caldwell, ASFD, Texacraft Furniture Company. Third nominee is the Edgewood by Frederick Spector, ASFD, and Alan Antonelli, Lane Venture. The final nominee is the Grid Sofa by Henrik Pedersen, Gloucester Furniture. And the winner is The Edgewood by Frederick Spector.
Edgewood by Frederick Spector, ASFD, and Alan Antonelli for Lane Venture. Beautiful design and impeccably executed. The transitions from curves to straight lines, slopes, and right angles are all held together by the overall organic look and feel of each piece. The eye-shaped openings in the arms enhance the curve of the frame and contrast to the tiny square openings in the weave.
And the third and final category I'm presenting is the bedroom. This is a very important place, and these bedrooms would be made all that much more beautiful by these nominees. The first nominee is the Aiden Acrylic Bed, Laura Neese, ASFD, Bernhardt Furniture. Second nominee, the Authenticity Bedroom, Dudley Moore Jr., ASFD, and Lenny Chapman, ASFD, Universal Furniture. The next nominee is the Elan, Tina Nicole, ASFD, Nathan Anthony Furniture. The final nominee is the Lansing, Victor Sawan, Wesley Allen. And the winner is the Aiden Acrylic Bed.
Aiden Acrylic Bed by Laura Neese, ASFD, for Bernhardt Furniture. Very on trend while also being timeless, the bold proportions with a nod to neoclassical styling is made modern with a wonderful combination of clear acrylic and brass fittings. Edgy and pretty can exist together. Excellent fit and finish. Bravo.
So many great products here tonight. I'm going to have to go on an age-defying shopping spree. Okay, so our next presenter this evening is the inimitable Mr. Bob Marisic. Come on up, Bob.
I would have just said I was 51. So it's a pleasure to present the Student Award, and I hope you students feel as welcome as we want to welcome you and invite you into this incredible industry. And you are all winners, and just putting your best efforts into this and being a part of this tonight. Thank you very much. The first entry is an agate cocktail table by Keon Min Lee, ASFD, Kendall College of Art and Design, Grand Rapids, Michigan. The B01 Harmony and Form, Levi Gordy, ASFD, Savannah College of Art and Design, Savannah, Georgia. The Medius Chair by Uthra Zacharias, ASFD, Savannah College of Art and Design, Savannah, Georgia. And the Manhattan Meow Box, bold name, by Jingyi Li, ASFD, Kendall College of Art and Design, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And the winner of the Student Award is the Medius Chair by Uthra Zacharias.
Medius Chair by Uthra Zacharias, ASFD, for Savannah College of Art and Design. Medius is a concept full of exploration and interpretation. It is innovative, graceful in form, sensitive to materials, and perfectly proportional. The crossed veneer patterns in the seat and back create variety and harmony, while the wood pins reflect the unique base. The curved line juxtaposed with the angular base is the exact balance of yin and yang. The chair appears not only sculpturally beautiful, but also comfortable.
It's just terrific. The Greenleaf Award. The first entry is a concrete bar, table, and stool with, it's either Kamcha or Chamka. Chamka. Oh, that's what didn't I say that? By Jessica Phillips Penn and Nikom Sankantha for the Phillips Collection. The Exeter Dining Room by Carl Thompson of Copeland Furniture. The Origins Framed Console Table by Mark Phillips, ASFD, the Phillips Collection. And the Wave Bedroom by Tim Copeland, Armand Driver for Copeland Furniture. And the winner of the Green Leaf Award is Tim Copeland and Armand Driver, the Wave Bedroom for Copeland Furniture.
Wave Bedroom by Tim Copeland and Armand Driver for Copeland Furniture. Wave delivers a singular and unique perspective that combines the best of new manufacturing capabilities with the use of sustainable materials. Made in North America, of North American materials, for the North American market. But the product's finish is Green Guard certified to ensure no VOC emissions. The carved wood headboard and drawer fronts are graceful but ample, smoothly blending masculine bulk and feminine lines. The grain shows through without interrupting the curved features and delivers the feel of sitting on the beach drawing lines in the sand.
And the finale, my favorite part of this, because to any manufacturer to bottom line the major collections, a lifestyle collection is a major financial commitment. And I think it's just an incredible accomplishment for a designer to be chosen to do something this broad and this big a financial commitment to bring to market. And I salute the manufacturers that support still doing these major collections. The first nominee is the Criteria Collection by Dudley Moore, Jr., ASFD, Laura Neese, ASFD, and Lenny Chapman, ASFD, for Bernhardt Furniture. The Oasis Collection by Richard Schroeder, ASFD, and Dennis Kassane, ASFD, for Stanley Furniture. The Highline Collection, Rachel Ray Home, by Rachel Ray and Charles Harris, ASFD, for Legacy Classic Furniture. And the Soho Lux Collection, Dudley Moore Jr., ASFD, Laura Neese, ASFD, and Lenny Chapman, ASFD, Bernhardt Furniture. And the winner of the major furniture collection, Criteria Collection, Dudley Moore Jr., Laura Neese, Lenny Chapman, for Bernhardt Furniture.
Criteria Collection by Dudley Moore, Jr., ASFD, Laura Neese, ASFD, and Lenny Chapman, ASFD, for Bernhardt Furniture. Criteria's white and gray veneer harmonizes seamlessly with today's decorating trends. Its geometric motif ties individual pieces of the collection together, while its sketch face veneer patterns offer dynamic visual appeal. This extensive and beautiful collection is very well proportioned, delivering a look of superior craftsmanship and long-lasting appeal. Criteria offers a beautiful combination of warm textiles with cool chrome and yellow gold accents. Sleek and elegant shapes with a nod to tradition and a curtsy to modern.
Well done. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Bob. All right, was that record time or what for these awards? Let's give ourselves a hand for that. All right, very quickly, I'll put it on myself, did not thank the judges and go through their names because it is quite an undertaking to judge these awards. So I'm just going to read through it very briefly. Adam Kessler, Susan Ingalls, Chris Eitel, Stephanie James, Dr. Jane Nichols, Richard Prisco, Michelle Jennings-Wiebe, Erin Berg, George Perez, Katie Hatch, Jeff Selleck, and Russell Bienenstock. Thank you all so much for... And please stand up for a minute if you're in the room. Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to thank our two High Point University interns. We've got Abby over here and Brianna over here. Thank you so much. You ladies look lovely. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors. We couldn't do any of this without you. Thank you so much. And lastly, congratulations to the winners. You guys all do fantastic work. We're going to take a picture on stage, and we're going to be recycling the passes in this bin over here. If you get a chance, just drop it off. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.